Yo, 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 welcome back to Crazy Bowl TV. Thank you so much. Appreciate you all being in the building. Thank you, thank you. Please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the share button. Please get us to 500 subs before the end of the year. Thank you for joining me for another edition of my reaction. Girona 0, Liverpool 1. Big up to Mandem in the building. Shout out to everybody from coast to coast. Yeah, so we're just gonna get into business. This match, we didn't really came out as everybody expected Liverpool to play. One thing that I'm not worried about is I call this one a very satisfactory performance. Satisfactory professional performance. Liverpool played Girona away game, and as expected, it was supposed to be tough because they are fighting for their life. They're trying to qualify for the next stage of the Champions League. Being at home, this is, I think, their first time playing Champions League in a very long time. I don't know much about the history of that club, but I know that they have been an up-and-coming club owned by City, and they've been playing well. So this is a big match for their fans, which the stadium, as you can see, was a little bit smaller than the usual Champions League powerhouse. But back to the performance of Liverpool, I didn't take too much of it. All I cared about was us getting back into rhythm. Let's not forget that we did not play against Everton because of the weather situation that was going on. And the last time we played, we didn't play too well. That was when we played Newcastle. This match, I was expecting some up and downs. I was not expecting us to get to third gear. You could see that there was some rustiness in certain players. This team is usually good when they play consistently, when they get into rhythm, because the more games they play back to back, you could see that they get into rhythm. There was a little bit of rustiness there, which was expected. The manager made some changes compared to what he played against Newcastle. That was also part of it. McAllister, he's been suspended because of too many yellow cards, and he's going to be suspended against Fulham also. Now you have to start Szoboszlai, you have to start Gravenberch is always the mainstay, and then you have to start Curtis. Defensive side of things, Trent came in, and then the center back, of course, you put in Joey in there. Alisson is also a new person in the team. He has, we're glad that he's back. He's been out for quite a bit. And the front three is all usually the same front three. That's Nunes start or Gakpo start. So there was a little bit of difference in there. We started the game the first 5 to 7 minutes very well. We were right on their neck. Nunes had a chance saved by the goalkeeper. After a while, you could see that these guys were like, no, we're going to fight for our lives. And they came at us. I'm very excited to see that Alisson is back. And as you can see, this guy makes the hardest thing so easy. Sometimes we take him for granted. I'm not saying that the shots that he saved, Kelleher is not going to save it. It's just the way he saves it, it makes it look like, that was nothing. But a lot of times we've seen that goalkeepers cannot make those saves. A joke from the manager is like the players wanted to see if he was fit. Very good workout for Alisson. He played very well. He made some very good saves. Those guys were very, when they got the chances, the shots was on goal, and Alisson had to be awake for those shots. So I was glad that he's back and he's getting his rhythm back. So those are the games that he needs, right? You don't want to throw him into a game where he's cold. But usually, this is Alisson, man. When he's in, he fits like a glove. The defense, I thought that the defense played a little bit well. Trent lost a couple of the ball. Defensively, I'll give him above average. He was good. Robo was man of the match, I believe. He played well. So is Joey. I think Joey needs more game in the center back so he get his rhythm back. I was very impressed with the defense. And of course, Virgil is Virgil, man. I mean, we take so much of his performance for granted that we don't see how well he plays sometimes. Moving in the midfield, I thought that the midfield was okay. There was, new things moving around. The press, they were not doing as a team. At one point, you saw Szoboszlai really upset because he was pressing by himself and the rest of his teammates were just watching him. There was a lot of ball watching. That was one thing that I didn't like. The front three chances was limited because these guys were very, very defensive. They were playing pragmatic, trying to hit us on the counter-attack. They were very well organized. I have to give them that. So our chances was very limited. And when we got them, we did not took it to the next level. I think that we coasted at gear 2 for most of the game, right? And of course, when you realize that we switch up a little bit, we created like the penalty and setting fouls in front of their box. Trent had a free kick where the goalkeeper saved. So I'm not going to get too critical about this match, because this match was something that we needed 1 point, right? At this point, we got 2 more games that mathematically we are there. I'm not expecting all of them to play gung-ho and then end up hurting themselves. We got 2 matches. Most of the clubs that are going to be challenging us for the top 8 are going to play each other. So we are going to make it to the top 8. The manager can at least rest some of the players and let some of the guys on the fringes to also get some Champions League minutes, especially the youth. I really want to see Rio. I want to see young Trey. I want to see Tyler Morton and those guys. I think that we have done well. Played 6 Champions League games, won all 6. That's very, very good. 18 points. So I think we are on to the next level. I'm not going to be jumping on to this Nunes bashing that everybody's doing. If you're going to bash Nunes, you need to bash the manager, because the manager picked it. There's a reason why the manager keep picking it. In January or in June, in the summer, by the end of summer transfer window and he's still with the club, then we have a conversation with the manager. There's something that the manager is seeing, and he keeps putting him in the match. We can't be overcritical. It is what it is. I have already said Isak needs to be in Liverpool. I'm campaigning for Isak to be in Liverpool, but I'm not going to be bashing Nunes for what? It's still going to be, I don't get anything from it. So for those who want to bash him, you go ahead and bash him, but it makes no sense. Some of you guys saying, yeah, let's get Jota back. Remember, when Jota was playing before his injury, a lot of people were saying, we need to sell him. He's not playing well. He's trash. Now, all of a sudden, we need Jota back. Same thing they did with Harvey Elliott. Harvey Elliott barely played a game before his injury, and everybody wanted Szoboszlai out of here so that Harvey Elliott should come play. I'm not going to be out here trashing any Liverpool player. If you play for Liverpool, I'm going to criticize you if you don't play well, as much as I'll give you your credit. I'm not going to be trashing anybody. If we believe in you never walk alone, I'm not trashing anybody. The reason why some of you guys are trashing the players because you banter other clubs' players and you feel like you got to be real. You got to be realistic. Bummed out. Nunes is what Nunes is. The manager said he played well. Excuse me. The manager said he missed a lot of chances. He missed the chances that he got. He caused a lot of problem on the other side. So he was happy with his performance, but he wasn't happy with him missing those goals. Take it as you will. Some people are taking it as, oh, he doesn't want him anymore. He's tired of him, blah, blah, blah. If he's tired of him, then I guess Nunes is not going to play anymore because Jota is back. So that's why I leave it at that. Those who want to bash Nunes, go ahead and trash him, but none of that. We do not bash any Liverpool player out here. We will criticize them, constructively criticize them based on their performance, and that's game by game. At the end of the day, Richard Hughes, Slot, and hopefully Edwards or whoever is part of the whole recruitment team will have to answer to what is going on. If they're not happy with him, move him on. If they're happy, there's nothing that I can say that will change anything. Some of you guys are overreactionally just doing it for clickbait. We move on, right? So we got Fulham coming up. It's going to be a great match. It's going to be at home. We're going to miss McAllister for sure. Performance was satisfactory, professional performance. It's needed. They got what they needed. Actually, they got more because we got 3 points. We just needed a point to qualify. At this point, you take it as it is. I'm expecting them to be rusty because they haven't played in over a week. Let's move on to the next game, which is Saturday, which I'm expecting them to play a little bit better since it's going to be a home match. This is what it is. Who else? I forgot. Mo Salah. Mo Salah doing Mo Salah things, man. What can we say? Big up to Mo, always stepping up and helping us out. And again, my goalie, Ali, back, showed up why he is the best goalkeeper in the world. And it doesn't mean Kelleher is not a good goalkeeper for these people who don't hear properly. But big up to Mandem. Please hit the like button. Please share. Please subscribe. Don't forget a notification bell if you haven't. If this is your first time subscribing. I appreciate you guys. Crazy Bold. Deuces.